It's Big Los, and today's show is brought to you by Audible. Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. Just go to audibletrial.com/beat and browse the unmatched selection of audio programs, download a title free, and start listening. It's that easy. Go to audibletrial.com/BEAT.
Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like it if you're being yourself, fuck them.
It's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
Welcome to another episode of The Noize. If you haven't yet, go ahead and follow us on the Big Three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Noize Podcast. And, of course, follow everything at beatnetworkonline.com. Kevito.
What's good, my brother?
Kevalatigus.
What?
Kevaleva Ding Dong. the quarantine is driving us nuts. As you can see, we have officially entered the same realm that everyone else is. And we are doing a show on Zoom.
Yeah.
This is
different.
This is different, but at the same time it's familiar because I'm in our original studio, aka my bedroom. But it's actually a bedroom this time. So, you know, it's good to be home, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's not good to be home. You need to be out.
I wish we could say we were practicing proper social distancing, but we're actually only recording this now because we're in the process of moving the studio. We're going to be in the same area, just going to a different unit itself, and it's just not ready yet. So, figured the point.
Not ready.
Exactly. You know, they not slutting their butt the way that they normally would.
Right.
So, you know, shit happens.
It's the virus.
It's the virus, bro. It's the virus, and it's getting airborne. We still didn't come up with a name for it.
No, we're just going to call it the prostitute virus. We're just going to call it that.
The COVID.
Yes, I like that. I like that.
My guy.
I like that. The COVID. I like that.
So because of the COVID, it's taking some time to move into the new studio. But I mean, it's all good. Shout out to Zoom for providing a platform like this.
I know their stock got to be jumping right now.
Oh yeah, you know they and that motherfucker just counted.
Yeah.
Because they took my $14.99 immediately. I was like, what the fuck happened to the...
No waiting period, none of that.
Nothing, no free trial, none of that shit. As soon as I put my shit in there, it's like, okay, bet, come on through. Welcome to Zoom. I'm like,
right, welcome.
It was either this or a run.
Sent you the email quick, huh? Yeah, welcome to
Real,
Zoom.
bruh. And then I have this alert on my phone that as soon as like money come out, it lets you know, like, hey, you know you done fucked up, right?
Right.
So I'm like,
welcome to Zoom. Ping.
Nigga, that's exactly how it happened. I got the ping that the money was gone, and then I got the email. Okay, now you're part of Zoom. So shout out to Zoom, but y'all niggas be on it. I hope that if something happens and I need a refund, y'all run me my residuals back just as fast.
You know, I mean, I understand that they got it's a business. I understand that, but you would think like all these other places giving us free because of this virus. We don't get Zoom free because of the virus. It's like, nah, we need my money.
What they did is they took advantage of the same thing that we took advantage of. Everybody at the crib. There's a bunch of content creators. There's a bunch of people that want to still link up and have conversations, do all these great things. So $14.99 a month.
Yeah.
And let me tell you how they're also slick. The free version is you only get 40 minutes.
Yeah, free version is as well. This made me think, like, I didn't know that one person can pay for it and people can jump on and they'll be good. I was thinking, like, damn, they're charging these students
right
to do their homework. That's nuts.
Well, shit, y'all. I don't know why listen. Students today are privileged because they have some shit like
absolutely.
this.
Absolutely.
This would have been us. All right, I'm gonna call you Kev. You, Kev, call Dave. I'm going to call Rach. And then I'm going to have either Dave or Rach call Skylar and patch him through. And that's how we're going to have our fucking meeting. It would be the most audio ever in a meeting.
You ever been on the phone with more than 4 people at a time?
Man, 2 words. And you know the 2 words that I'm about to say.
Yes, I do.
Party
yes,
line.
I do. Yeah. Yeah, say hello.
Dog, that had to be the dumbest concept ever. You sitting there trying to spit your truths, you know what I'm saying, to somebody that sounds cute, and then somebody jump in hating on your entire life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you finally see this person that you had to go through the gamut, you had to go through the full gauntlet of just hating ass motherfuckers. And then you finally see them and they look like Hulk with a wig on.
If you think about it, the party line helped us survive those Xbox 360 chat rooms.
Oh, absolutely.
If it wasn't for party line, we would have suffered in those chat rooms.
Bro, I feel like the party line put a lot of us in the same situation that Smokey was in.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you can ASL all day, but you on the phone like, ooh, she sound cute.
Look, listen. I know I've been catfished because of the party line, and I know I've catfished people because of the party line.
I'm about to say, I can't. You know, I got to be humble. I know I let somebody down.
I know I had. I probably let a few people down. I know it was there.
Yo, but see, I'm gotta get used to this shit. Pause. But what was your party line voice and like intro? Remember it would ping you in and then you had to introduce yourself.
Right. What I do? Hey, yo, this Devontae. You know, I'm just here trying to talk. You know, what's good? Talk to your boy. It get real deep. My name would turn into Devontae. I don't even know a Devontae, but that's
See,
that would be my name.
You were real because I would change my name as well. But here's the thing: I was always garbage with changing my name. Like
you see how your name to Bob or something.
You see how you went to Devontae?
Mm-hmm.
I jump in. Hey, yo, what's going on? It's your boy Marcus from North Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the most regular ass nigga name. There's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Happy
Marcus.
Mark, I know about 7 Marcuses. You know, and I'm just constantly deep. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just want to jump in here and join the conversation. I want to see what y'all talking about. Nigga, I am all of 14.
Yeah. For you lucky if I'm 14.
Dog, I remember getting on the party line once and somebody just straight jump in. Anybody about a Pokemon in here? The collective, it had to be about 30 people on the line. And just the collective was like, why don't you get the fuck off this?
Right.
You pressed the wrong number, son.
Right. He was just trying to look for some friends. I don't blame him.
Someone should have jumped in. I mean, I dabble. You feel me?
Right. You got a holographic Charizard?
Right. What's your hollows look like? Show me your hollow game. Kev, my guy, how is
what's going on?
How's going on?
That shit's trash, dog. I mean, it's trash. There's no beating around it. It's trash. You know what I mean? Like, I feel on top of people being natural social creatures, like it's only so much. It's only so much you can do being locked away.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and it'd be different if you had to stay in your house, but the world outside still function properly. Like, no, shit is closed.
Right. Everything's closed. Right.
So it's like, shit, even if I could go outside, what the fuck am I going to do?
You know you can count the bugs, which I'll get to with my week, but you can
count the bugs. You know what's bad because they already make it into where they don't really want you at like the parks or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you can still go, but they don't want you there. Bro, do you know on every park in the city that has a basketball court, there is not a basketball ring?
They got that ass.
They took all the rims down. Like I drove to plenty of parks when I be just driving. That's the only thing I seem to be able to do. Mm-hmm. You know, I can't go kick it really with nobody. So I go for a driving out. Look, bruh, parks, basketball courts, no rim. I'm like, wow. So it's cool we can have this slide here. That's fine. But as long as the niggas can't come play ball, then
yeah, pretty much.
I'm like, wow, it's just so quarantine sucks. Yeah, quarantine sucks, man.
Listen, all y'all got to do, right? Next time you go up there with a Sharpie and put an X on a certain part of the backboard. Mm-hmm. Every time you hit that X, means you score.
It's a bucket.
It's a bucket.
I remember when we first had moved out here and I didn't like know where any basketball courts or anything like that would be, but I had a ball. We had this tree, and the way the tree was, I would shoot the basketball, and when it went over the tree, I made a bucket. That's all it would do. Like I was killing that
running around, big 5'10" kid just running around. The crowd goes crazy.
Yeah, I was killing, bruh. I know I gave that tree 81. I know I did.
Easily. Flu game.
I know I did.
Well, you can't flu game with the COVID going around.
No, you can't. The good thing about the quarantine is, I guess, since we don't have sports, the NBA, they've been streaming, playing old games, and you can watch them on like Twitter or YouTube, stuff like that. So the other day, or yesterday actually, I watched Tracy McGrady play. He was one of my favorite players.
Mm-hmm.
But my all-time favorite player was Kevin Garnett.
Yeah. We'll be getting to him too. Yeah.
They showed him this morning, right? Mm-hmm. It was 8 a.m. Eastern, so that's 5 a.m. our time. Bruh, I am in the house yelling and cheering, damn near waking up the whole house like it's not 5 o'clock in the morning.
No, fuck that. Like this game didn't come on already years ago.
Right. Like this game didn't come on 16 years ago that I know who won. Like I know what the stat line is gonna be, bruh. I was in there geeked like I was watching live.
Dog, I was visiting my grandmother, and my uncle was over there. And when I went to partake in our greens, in our natural vegetables, he was watching the Spurs versus the Heat. Mm-hmm. And same thing.
I was gonna watch that game, but I was like, no, I ain't gonna watch the game. I remember I was with watching that game, so now I ain't watching the game.
Oh yeah, well, I guess if you do the math, everyone can figure out who you were with. Yeah. But yeah, so we were watching it, and I completely forgot that they finished Game 6 in Dallas. And wait, did I say San Antonio in the beginning?
San Antonio, yeah.
No, okay, my bad. Dallas.
So the championship?
The championship game. Mm. So this is when they won the championship in Dallas, and I completely forgot they finished that game in Game 6.
That Dallas team was putting in work.
They were nice. It's crazy they only got one chip though.
Yeah. I mean,
that chip, that fucking team just disintegrated. Like everybody went everywhere.
Oh, absolutely. Dirk stayed, everybody else left. That was it.
But getting back to why I enjoyed that game, just seeing Shaq in his Shaqness. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's my all-time favorite. But I tell people all the time, the most dominant big man to ever touch the court. And I still have to defend this conversation with people, and I don't understand why.
That's because they don't know any better.
It has to be. There's not you going off what you read in the book. Yeah. I have all respect for Wilt. I have all respect for Kareem. I have all respect for anybody that was 6'11" and up, but none of them were Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, they weren't nowhere. They'll tell you they weren't.
For damn. One, they change how they construct a backboard strictly because of one player.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They changed the foul rule because of him. Because obviously he was bad at shooting free throws. The hacker shack. Coaches used to do that. They was like, yeah, this no, we got to change that.
Right. So we didn't that good. And then you're gonna get up and just waste our fucking time anyway. So
exactly. So, but yeah. That's dope. I guess that's the dope thing about this quarantine. But other than that, I'm good, dog.
Yeah, I'm cool off all this shit.
I'm good. You quarantining up there, huh?
To the best of my abilities. I wish I could sit there and say, "Oh man, I've been staying indoors. I've been social distancing." Like, nah.
You ain't been social distancing?
Nah, I visit family.
Well, I think family's okay. Anything more than that, I guess, is bad.
Right.
I can only imagine the kids that are going to be born, like, because of this.
Oh yeah, Coronisha, Kovika.
Yeah. I actually think I seen the two twins. It was like two. I think it was two twins that were like the first born during this time. When their names were of
COVID and the other one.
Yeah. Like that. That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I'm just happy they weren't black. I was like, yes, it was someone else. Were they French?
I don't know what they were. They weren't. I don't know. They weren't niggas. That's all we can say.
Yo, speaking of niggas though, in France, was it
Niggas in
Uncorked?
Paris.
Right, Uncorked on Netflix.
I've never seen it. I don't know.
Definitely worth a watch, but you also need to watch it knowing that Netflix has no clue how to end movies. So
it's a movie or is it a documentary?
It's a movie, but like it's so different. So you know how normally when you're dealing with a black-led movie, doing the rites of passage and getting where you got to go, all that other great shit. It's always some hood shit. It's always somebody fighting to be a rapper, somebody fighting to be go to the league, somebody trying to become the best dope dealer so he can take care of his kid, all this other shit. It was such a left field movie where this dude was trying to become a sommelier, which is pretty much the nigga that comes to you and suggests a wine at a super fancy restaurant. It could be more. I could be showing my ignorance.
Wait, that's actually a job title?
Yeah, and they must get paid bread because
and all they do is suggest wines.
Well, they're like super in tune with what wine goes with. Like everything that they do is wine.
Got you.
That's the best way I could describe it. I wasn't familiar with the position before. Usually it's just like, oh yeah, the wine dude, go flag him down. But there's a scene in the movie where they go to France for like a what is that shit called? The foreign exchange program. Study abroad. Okay. Boom. Study abroad. And it's shot like it's a black movie with no black things happening in it. But it's still shot, scored, and it's the feeling is still there. And what I mean by that is when they go to Paris, they show like the hood of Paris. They show the black parts of Paris. Parts of Paris I didn't even know fucking existed. Obviously, there are black people out there. There's black people everywhere. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right, but to show it in such a intimate, personal shot, and it's a quick shot. And then to show this black dude pretty much doing something that's not necessarily in our realm of things that we want to be. I thought it was dope, man. I thought it was different. And it felt good to see us in a different light than just trying to achieve what the media has always been telling us the only things we can achieve. If it's not called prison,
it's called Uncorked.
Uncorked.
Okay.
But again, at the end, Netflix is really garbage at ending movies.
They are. It'd be some movies, and I'd be like, why did y'all end this like this? Yeah. Like that movie that I watched with Forrest Whitaker. That movie ended terribly. Wasn't
and I was so into the fucking movie.
Me too. How it all ends or something.
I was about to say The Last of Us when I know that was a game.
Yeah.
How it ends. You're actually right. How it ended.
It ended trash as fuck.
And then the other one with the robots and my guy.
No, I know what movie you're talking about. Where it turns out they were like the actual robots.
It turns out they were robots, and then the aliens were actually humans who were coming back to claim the land. That movie ended stupid.
That movie ended trash.
It had you hooked the entire movie.
Even though I wasn't necessarily hooked the whole movie, but it still ended trash. That movie Annihilation.
Oh yeah.
That movie ended. It was a lot of movies that ended bad.
That just let you down.
Yeah. And you be rocking with it, and then you be like, "What the fuck is this?" Or that movie that it was a more of a lighthearted movie, but I didn't like the way it was a Spike Lee movie. What was it called? Where it was like black kids, and it was dealing with time travel or some shit.
Yeah. Oh fuck!
I can't remember what it was called.
But that one's another good example.
Yeah. I'm like
that whole movie. The whole movie was dope, and then it just ends. I think that's their issue. It just ends.
Yeah, they gotta fix that shit.
Something. Somebody in their writing department is they ain't doing their job. But so my week has been consistent. My week has consisted of killing multiple mosquitoes.
It's funny you say that because literally like 30 minutes before we did the show, I got killed with myself.
Like when I tell you, I've been in my apartment about 3 years now. I've been in my apartment since, what was that? Right after I launched Beat in August 2016. I've been in my apartment since then and maybe killed 2 or 3 mosquitoes in that time. I've literally killed 6 mosquitoes in my apartment in the last week.
No, you got something they like over there.
And here's the gotcha. At first, I was like, it's coming next to all these goddamn trees and all this other shit. Like anytime I open the door, there's a new fucking mosquito in here. So I told you, I went to see my pops today. And while I was there, he lived in Summerlin, deep in Summerlin. And while I was there, I killed 2 mosquitoes over there. And apparently they've been getting them.
They like you. That's what that is.
It could be. They could
like you.
I was about to say I could just come off like shit, but I'm like, no, that's flies.
They want to suck on that big bald head. Pause. That's what that is. You
already said it, bro. I'm sorry.
Nah, I said pause.
Kev out here trying to pass that Hovid.
No, that's what they want to do. They're like, oh yeah, that milk dud head. Let's go ahead and suck on this. That's a pause. That's what they said.
Never let me down since I shaved my head, so whatever. But and they were telling me like, we've been killing them. And then everyone's kind of giving this whole, it's mating season. I get that. Mating season happens every year. But I've never killed this many fucking mosquitoes, though.
Okay, even if it is mating season, they can't mate with nothing in here. Why they coming?
Right. They can't fuck nothing in my house.
Right.
And then I'm like, out of all things to happen during a fucking pandemic, let's make an influx of the only insect that will take your blood and go give it to another nigga.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm good with my mosquitoes.
No, I ain't got no kind of time for it. Other than that, man, my week's been cool. We're getting some dope shit set up for Turn My Mic Up. Well, Turn My Mic Up will actually be back. So this comes out Monday. So this Friday, very dope episode coming. We'll let the ear hustlers know before we even drop the announcement on the Turn My Mic Up page. We will be doing a tier list of all 12 freshman covers that has come out since 2007. It's 12 because they skipped 2008. But we're doing a tier list of all 12 covers. They just recently started the pitches for the 2020 freshman cover. They just started the pitches on those. So we feel like this is a good time to get our words out, see how let other people see how the team feels about the covers throughout the years. I know it's gonna piss a lot of these new niggas off, which is
fuck them.
It happens. But we've been seeing a bunch of these tier lists online. I'm like, you know what? I like that. I want to do something like that. And I feel like the best place to do it is with the Turn My Mic Up team, especially with us coming back. It's going to be a long episode because, again, it's 12 covers with multiple niggas. We're not ranking each and every one of them. We're ranking the covers themselves. But there's a lot of information that's behind it as well. So it's going to be a really good episode. And we, really appreciate y'all check that out. Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Yeah, ain't like y'all got somewhere to be.
Right, where you going to go?
Yeah, where you going to go?
You hiding from the living room?
You going to your living room? Huh?
You hiding from the Hovid.
Right.
So that's going to be a good thing, man. You know what else is kind of killing me right now? This is also allergy season. So
yeah, man.
I'm sneezing, I'm coughing, I'm sniffling, all this other shit. Niggas looking at me like, you better chill. Bruh, this has been the same sniffles and coughs that I do around this time, literally for whatever amount of years you know me. Don't act brand new now.
I mean, yeah, we would know that because we know you, but not them strangers that be in the Walmart. They be like, hey, yo, bro.
Bro, they ain't even strangers. It's family.
We'll have to ease up on all that coughing, man.
It's family over the age of 40 that's like, nah, you about to make me a victim. You better get the fuck out of my house. Like, so you don't love me? You get the fuck out of my house.
It's funny. When you cough, they look at you like you just passed gas or something. Like, yo, what the fuck?
Bro, I wish they look at me out of disgust. They look at me like I literally turned to them and said, you a bitch. It's just this immediate.
Right.
Okay. For the listeners, you know what that fuck wrong with you face look like. Dog, I'm just looking at how this is set up with Zoom. And I don't know why. Like, we've done episodes where you FaceTime in, but this, I forgot all about that. See, this has been a while since we've done one of these conversations.
Yeah. You know, I don't live in the best neighborhood. You know.
Nah, it ain't until you hear that tire screech they just ran over a homeless nigga.
We don't get that. I get a lot of sometimes smokers arguing, and it's funny because they be arguing about smoker shit. So, like, and you know me,
what's a smoker's argument topic? That's way better than what the fuck I was about to say.
Who smoked up all the rocks? Where the money at? Like, who got the big? Your rock was bigger than mine. So, nigga, like, we getting high. Like,
let's just get high. I want to get the high you get.
Right. I want to be higher than you. Fucker. No, I guess you can consider me the nosy neighbor. Only difference is
you're Rosie.
No, only difference is I don't tell nobody or I don't say shit. Like I don't say nothing. I know what goes on around with everybody, but I just don't say shit. I just laugh. Like, you know me, I keep odd hours of the night, so I'll be up laughing at the smokers when they be arguing, yelling at each other, and they be cussing each other out bad, bad. Like if somebody was to say something like this, some of the shit they be saying to each other, you be like, yo, we got to fight, and them niggas be like, fuck you punk ass bitch, and they get quiet. Come on, man. Let's go around the corner over here.
I was just about to say, and then they squashed the beef immediately, bruh.
They squashed it immediately.
I saw a crackhead fight when I was working out in San Francisco. I was working at Hotel Triton. For anybody that's been in San Francisco or familiar with the area, haven't been there, familiar with the area, Hotel Triton is literally right at the entrance of Chinatown. Like, Chinatown has like this very, I guess.
Did you just say Chinatown?
Chinatown.
I could have swore you said Chinatown.
No,
is that a Bonics?
that's that Mike Tyson way of saying Chinatown. Chinatown. It's right at the entrance of Chinatown where they have like the little lions and shit or whatever statuettes out there. But anyway, right across that side, there was a little alleyway on the side of the hotel. And that's where they used to go and get it cracking. But they used to leave syringes there. They used to leave their pipes there. Like, I'm gonna tell another story after I get done with this one. But it was a guest that was like, I'm sorry, it's two dope fiends. It's always dope, you know, when it comes to white people. It's two dope fiends outside arguing. I think you should probably call the cops.
For what?
And I'm sitting here like, bro, I'm like, you know, whatever they got going on, I'm gonna let them stick with that. And I'm a night auditor. You remember the shift I used to work?
Yeah.
And I'm a night auditor. So I'm like, look, I'm just trying to get through this fucking shift without falling asleep. I don't give a fuck what's going on. Somehow and it's almost like a movie. They make their way to the front, like right at the entrance of the hotel. We have this button that I can just lock the automatic doors. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to bring that shit up in here. Click. And they proceed to scrap. We've talked about it. Crackhead energy is one of the most unmatched energies known to man.
Oh, yeah. You ever seen an athletic crackhead?
That was these niggas. These were UFC crackheads, bro.
Crackheads be doing things you ain't know what's possible.
You know what I'm saying? Just long jumping buildings and shit.
What's the best advice a crackhead ever gave you?
I don't talk to them, so I never was blessed with. I never had a gym dropped on me.
Listen, sometimes crackheads can give you the best advice, and you be like, "Damn, I didn't know crackheads had that in them. I thought it was just crack."
What was the advice that you got from a crackhead, Kev?
The crackhead told me, he said, "Hey, listen, fella. Sometimes when you gotta go, you gotta go." That's all he said. I don't know. He just said that.
That just must have been the word that you needed at the time. That's all.
Maybe I was going through something then. I don't know, but that's what he said. And hey, I keep that in the back of my mind. Sometimes when you gotta go, you gotta go. So.
Gotta go. Thank you, Clarence. I appreciate you. So they're at the front door and they chunking them. And I mean, they're hitting each other so hard that you can hear the fist to skin, fist to, you know what I'm saying, to the face. It's just puck, 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 puck. And then they just stop because then they I guess they fought the crack off. And
the crack will off. They thought about it.
So they just stopped. They started breathing and all this other shit. And then one was like, I need to go see so-and-so. And they just walk off together. I'm like, oh, y'all do this shit often. Story number 2 of crackheadisms.
Oh, man.
So same job, night auditor job, saw all the shit in the world. I actually may have told you this at some point of our friendship, but it was these two crackheads. They came in. We just want to use the bathroom really quick. My boss told me, do not let these motherfuckers use the bathroom.
No, I don't think you told me this joint.
It's 3:00 in the morning. I'm like, dog, I don't care. Just hurry up. And I even told him, I said, no, for real, hurry up. So they go to the back. Shit you not, Kev. An hour goes by. I'm not saying shit because in my head, I'm like, they probably trying to sneak some spot to sleep at or whatever. And then it started hitting me. I was like, no. These bitches are crackheads. They getting high. Well, realistically, they were doing heroin. Realistically, because like I said, it used to be hella syringes on the side of the hotel. So I'm like, all right, I think I need to do something before somebody comes down. And I spoke it into existence. A guest was coming in, was waiting on somebody to come down, and he wanted to use the bathroom. And I'm like, these hoes ain't come out the bathroom yet.
So you only have one bathroom?
There was only one bathroom downstairs. This is a small hotel.
Oh, okay.
I think we may have had 80 rooms.
Shit.
If anybody's familiar with Hotel Triton in San Francisco, like 80, 90 rooms maybe.
Sound like you worked at a brothel.
Pretty much, yeah. All kinds of hovid throughout that motherfucker. But so I go to knock on the door, and they're not answering. So now I'm, you know what I'm saying? It's full Debo SWAT team on the door. Mm-hmm. You can't act like you didn't hear that unless you are high.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they finally answer, and they finally come out like 5 or 10 minutes after that. What do you think their excuse was? What do you think the first thing they said to me to try to answer for not answering the door?
Damn, I would have been like, yo, why are you knocking so loud?
I think that's cracky enough, but no. Like I said, it was 2 chicks. The lead crackhead comes out and goes,
Wait. How did you know she was the lead crackhead?
Because she was the only one that spoke. Even when they came in, she's the one that established conversation, and coming out,
she more ashy than the other crackhead? Or?
Nope. And that's how I know she was the lead, because it came down to that. Teeth? It came down to that last little bit of Jergens, and she got it on her elbow, but the little one didn't get it. So that's how you know she's the alpha crackhead. So the alpha crackhead, she comes out.
Imagine 2 crackheads fighting over lotion. Oh my goodness.
Imagine them getting the lotion bottle and ain't no lotion left after you just got done crackhead chunking them. And you finally get that one squeeze and then you get that whoo sound like, damn, I ran out of the lotion that when you gotta smack that motherfucker a few times.
Yeah.
And you ain't even got that in the motherfucker, you just say whoo, whoo. Shit.
If you squeeze it and keep squeezing back and forth, you can whistle back and forth, you can play a song.
I feel like that's how Lil Jon started all his beats back in the day, with an empty ass lotion jar.
With an empty lotion bottle.
So they come out the bathroom, and the alpha crackhead turns to me and she goes, "Sorry about that. Lesbians, and walks the fuck out.
What if you don't bring your crackhead ass back?
And I'm sitting there like, don't sit here and act like y'all just had homeless sex in my bathroom.
Homeless crackhead sex.
Good and hell well, y'all did not have homeless crackhead sex. Y'all was in there getting it cracking with your supplements. That's what y'all was in there doing.
Did it smell like anything?
It smelled like homeless, but I don't. But then I guess she could have been telling the truth, because I don't know what homeless crackhead sex smell like. It may heightened the smell to like a different degree because they probably ain't washed that thing in some time. And they in there scissoring it up and shit. It's mad friction. It's mad. It could have literally. I thought like if it was actual sex, I feel like I should have opened that bathroom door and the smell literally should have jumped out like square up, bitch, and caught me in my nose. But like I said, it just smelled homeless. It didn't smell like anything else. So I'm like, they were in here shooting up.
They was in there shooting up and you was fucking up a high. You a cold ass nigga, dog.
Not my problem.
Banking all out, fucking up my high.
Not my problem. Did I ever tell you? Did I ever tell you about the time a homeless dude asked to hit my blunt?
Yeah, you did.
Since I already brought it up, this dude came up. Hey man, you guys got any change? Like, no, we ain't got anything. And the craziest part is that we're outside and there's no one else around, and we're speaking regular tone. This nigga goes, "Is that weed?" I'm like, yeah. Oh, dude, can I just hit that really quick? Fuck no. What do you mean?
Hey, wait a minute, though. He said really quick, like he has somewhere to be.
Right, like, hey, man, I'm on a schedule, John. Just let me hit that blunt real quick. Like, nigga, you ain't got no shoes or socks on.
Hey, say what you want. Homeless people are some of the most resourceful people ever. Homeless crackheads.
Resourceful, yes.
Resourceful. They're some of the most resourceful.
Hygienic?
Yeah. No. You can get anything from a homeless crackhead. Oh, damn. Hold on.
Even the AIDS.
Well, I didn't say sleep with the homeless crackheads.
Nah, I feel like that shit just, it's like the COVID. It just happens. Where did you get that picture at?
No, I don't even know what the picture was. I really don't. My mother called and I exited it out. So I don't even know. What was it?
Oh, no, it was a picture of you at the studio on the mic.
Why see, this is why this is the picture that Scarlett took. Why does she keep I sometimes my mother can get on my nerves. She really can.
Exclusive.
Yeah, like you see, I ignored you for a reason. I'm obviously doing something. Even if I didn't ignore you for a reason, I ignored you. That should have been a case like, yo, okay.
Leave me the hell alone.
Yeah, leave me. And then you going to double down and call again.
You know what else does that? Jay Alonzo.
Oh, yeah, I know he does it. But let me shut up. Let me shut up because she listened to this show. I'm probably gonna get in trouble now.
Yeah, it happens. I'm pretty sure I can whoop Jay ass, so we okay. Shout out to my brother, man. Let's go ahead and get into the show. I just realized we just been shooting the shit.
Shit, we like damn near an hour in just shooting the shit.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, go ahead at the Noize podcast. I guess we could jump into this one and get it out the way quick. Singer-songwriter Bill Withers, dead at 81.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
If you're not familiar with Bill Withers, if you're one of those, we don't look into history. Ain't No Sunshine. What was the other big hit he had? Lovely Day.
Was it Lovely Day? Wasn't it called like My Grandmother's Hands? I forget the title.
Yeah, Grandma's Hands.
Grandma's Hands. There we go.
Which was remixed into No Diggity.
Yeah.
Which is a weird song to remix, but still.
It is when you think about it. He did a few songs, actually. I mean, it's escaping me right now. But he did a few songs that were like big hits.
Right.
So, but yeah, man, this one hurt because, like I've told you before, outside of Marvin Gaye, Bill Withers was like my guy.
And that was like the first thing I thought about when I saw it, because we just had that conversation probably like, a month ago?
Yeah, Bill Withers was my guy. So to see that, man, it sucks. And granted, I mean, we're all human. We're all mortal, so we know it's gonna eventually happen. You know what I mean? But it doesn't hurt any less. You know?
Right. So, it just sucks. Like with 81, he got some good time in. One thing that stands out about Bill Withers.
It wasn't the Rona, was it? It wasn't
no,
the whole
it was complications of heart complications rather.
Well, okay. As long as it wasn't the Hovid, man.
Yeah, right. As long as it wasn't Hovid, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad he was able to kind of go out on his own accord.
Yeah.
You know, it was just his heart gave out. You know, you can only do so much when you're, up in age.
When stuff starts giving out on you, man,
don't reverse.
It's hard, and if it does, it's very hard to get it to do so. So
right,
yeah.
And I was just about to bring up something dealing with Bill Withers, and it just one thing that stood out about him, and again, it's so weird that it happens because with you saying that Bill Withers was one of your favorites, and with what I watched not too long before that, it was what was it? It was on Netflix. They Need Us or something like that. I know I butchered the hell out that title, but
you probably did because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Actually, no, I don't even think it's on that one. Anyway, it defeats the point. So I was watching this program, and they were talking about Bill Withers, and "Ain't No Sunshine," which was his first hit, came out when he was 33 years old.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about that song? He says, "I know," either 33 or 36 times. I can't remember, but the song isn't like he wasn't gonna finish it. Like it's technically not finished. He was working, I believe, at I want to say during that time it was like some type of plant or something like that.
The only place he could work at those times.
Yeah, he wrote the song, and his coworkers was like, "Finish your song, finish your." He wasn't gonna finish his song, but I guess the right people heard it and it was getting picked up. So what you hear is kind of like what he had. You know what I mean? He wasn't gonna do it. So I'm like, damn, for you to be almost bullshitting and then to come up with that, like, man.
And I know is the most iconic part of the song.
Yeah, I think it was either 33 or 36 times he says that. I can't remember.
But now that you mentioned it, I can't. That's all I can see now. Like, hey, I need some words.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, he was ahead of his time. When you think about it, all the younger kids kind of biting this style. They just repeating the same shit. Bill Withers has been doing that.
Yeah.
So, it sucks, man.
It does, man. It's a big hit. You know, the world definitely lost a pioneer, lost one of his golden children, man. Like, granted, you know, those 3 songs are Bill's biggest hits. You didn't do Lean on Me too?
Yeah, he did Lean on Me, yep.
So 4 biggest hits. And, you know, when you look at the current times that we're in now, and an R&B artist can have 1 or 2, even 4 big hits, you're not going to solidify their name with history the way you do with Bill Withers. Because even though he had 4 major hits, he was sampled so much that we never had the chance to be without Bill Withers.
Right. I'm pretty sure he may have wrote for somebody or did other
absolutely.
Stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely. And then he's just a story that, you know, is literally never too late. Like his first hit, he was 33. It was and it was a song he didn't want to do. I think he even said in the program I watched that he didn't like the song. Yeah,
he didn't. Yeah. So I don't know, man. It sucks, you know, but like you said before, it sounds like for the most part he had a full life. So and we can celebrate that. We can celebrate that, celebrate the iconic music, and you know, hopefully as he continues, the rest in peace, I should say.
Right. Absolutely. So RP Bill Withers, man.
But one thing you said too, and this is for some of you new guys, especially if you're around my age, just because it's never too late and Bill Withers started at 33, my nigga, we don't want to hear your mixtape. I'm sorry. we don't. Hang that shit up. Amazon is hiring. Go do something. We don't want to hear you rapping no fucking beats.
2 Chainz was born at 35. Hey man, it's hope out here. It's hope out here, dog. All right, or not, you know, it's all good.
Don't do that shit, man. Don't do that shit.
You know,
y'all not 2 Chainz. Don't do that shit, dog.
At all places, you know, it's gonna happen in Vegas, no problem.
Right.
You already know that's going to be the move. Next thing that we had set up on the docket, I give this man a lot of slack. I do. But the dude's genius. Drake, Tootsie Slide, what are your thoughts?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, left foot, right foot.
I didn't like you had sent me what you had like for topic wise earlier, right? And I was busy, so I didn't really get to look at it until like 30 minutes before the show. I was like, oh shit, he did send me that. Let me go ahead and take a look at this video. I have never wanted my 5 minutes and 12 seconds back so bad. Like, first of all, I got so many questions. No, number one, we'll start with love. Number one, the beat is hard. I give him that.
Is it?
The beat is hard. If you remove what he's saying and just listen to the beat, like the drum, I'm talking about the drum part. Just the beat. The beat is hard. If you can remove everything else, okay, fine. All right. Number one, why the fuck are you in your house with a goddamn ski mask on?
Because it's Drake.
Who the fuck are you robbing, nigga? You live there.
Drake. It's Drake featuring Drake, so I'm pretty sure Drake can rob Drake.
Then you had your homeboy sitting there watching TV with a fucking ski mask on, all the flicker penny at his dumb ass. You look like some fucking fool.
It's to show that there's social distancing, Kev. I'm gonna tell you why he did all this. But go ahead, I'm listening.
Social distancing in his house.
I'm listening, bro. Go ahead. I'm telling you exactly what it is, dog. Go ahead.
And then you do this. Then you do this stupid shit. Like, don't get me wrong. I can admit when the man puts out good music and when he's in his bag, when he's killing shit or certain stuff he said in music, I'm like, yo, that's that shit. But don't give me no shit like this, man. Like,
right.
don't give me no shit like this. Like, it's bad. It's really bad, and I really did not appreciate my 5 minutes of my life being taken away from me. And
you can't get that back.
And I can't get it back. I am not happy with that.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to be.
And the sad part is I know they luckily I don't listen to the radio, but I can imagine they're probably gonna play this shit.
Exactly. And that's why Drake was in the mask and had his homeboy in the mask. Drake is genius because he knew with everybody doing these TikTok challenges and videos and stuff like that, he knew what he got off of Shiggy for the My Feelings challenge.
Yeah.
He knew what he got from Shiggy for the In My Feelings challenge. Look, y'all in the crib, y'all social distancing, y'all doing all this shit. Might as well create a Tootsie Slide challenge. I almost said Tootsie Roll. Might as well do a Tootsie Slide challenge. TikTok already took off with the shit.
Mm-hmm.
So once it bubbles the way that In My Feelings bubbles, like you said, they're going to start playing on the radio often. And then it's going to get the platinum plaques. It's going to
be a TikTok dance.
It's going to do what Drake shit normally does.
It's going to be on, I can see it's going to be on TikTok, though.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's
already on there.
The Tootsie Slide challenge. I can see it.
It's already on there. They're already getting it going. You know, them Drake heads. He just dropped some new shit.
Yeah, it's crazy because when I clicked on the video to watch it, it said it came out 2 days ago. It already had 11 million viewers.
We can check.
11 million viewers.
We can do a live check right now. My bet is that it's tripled that by now.
Nah, if it's triple that by now, that'd be crazy.
That'd be Drake.
That'd be if it's 33 million in a matter of an hour, that'd be nuts. I can see it being like 15, 16 maybe.
No, you're right. It only went up another million. It's 12 million.
Okay.
I'll take that. I'll take that L.
But even then, a million in roughly an hour? Are you shitting me?
That's you know what it is? It's probably living more so on on TikTok. Because again, it's not a good song. It's not.
No, yeah, it's not. Yeah.
It's made for the challenge.
Yeah. I don't. And then, man, I just me personally, even though I know with some guys that dance or do whatever they do, and they're probably real killers. I've never believed Drake was cut from that cloth.
Nah.
But the last thing I want is to see this light-skinned nigga dancing and talking about, like, doing hood shit. Like, come on, man. Who you fooling?
Yo, let me ask you a real question. He may not be the trigger man. Do you think he is the Plan Man? You think he's the one that's sending
Nope.
orders?
Nope. I don't think he has nothing to do with it. I truly don't. I don't think I'm not even talking about on a music standpoint, from what I see him to be far as like who he is and how he gets down, I don't see that being in his character to even do something like that. It would genuinely surprise me if it came out that Drake is the mastermind behind crazy criminal shit. Like, I don't think he has anything to do with it. He might know somebody that could be one or the other, but I don't think he has anything to do with it. He's not even supplying the money. I don't think he has nothing.
I mean, at the very least,
Nah,
he's definitely giving up the bag.
I don't even think that.
Okay, so let me ask this better question. What makes Diddy more believable than Drake?
Who believe Diddy?
Outside of track record.
I don't believe Diddy.
People believe Diddy. People believe Diddy is definitely a take this and make this problem go away, nigga.
And maybe they did at that time because of the connections that he had. Who have you really seen?
Say
Drake?
He doesn't anymore.
I'm not saying he doesn't, but you've never seen Drake really connected with nobody like that. You've never seen Drake right hand to somebody consistently that you know ain't got no problem letting things fly.
The nigga that ended the beef between him and Push. He's apparently thorough. What's his name again?
Who? Jay Prince?
Jay Prince.
Jay Prince, I'm pretty sure is thorough, but Drake is not next to him on a consecutive basis. I said consecutive. Puff was usually around somebody or knew somebody that can let shit go.
Right, but once it's consecutive, now they have a case. Maybe they just moving right.
Nah. I don't believe it. No. Nah. And then on top of that, if you felt, which obviously you felt strongly about this whole Push thing, if you felt that strongly about and you were as a nigga that was really, really with the shits, I have to believe that at some point in time, you would have saw Push. I don't know what that altercation would be like, if it would be something that squashed immediately, if it would be something that transpired, I don't know. But I have to believe that you would at least attempt to see him, and you don't want no parts of that.
I want to see.
I don't believe Drake. I don't believe Drake at all. At all.
Neither do I. I just want to see how you felt about it.
Like I said, I'm mad that I wasted 5 minutes and 12 seconds.
Listen,
I could have made me a sandwich with that time.
You could have, or you could have done the Tootsie Slide. So you used the time wrong.
No.
Hit him with that left, nigga.
You're gonna be on TikTok. You're gonna be on. Give you about 3 weeks. You're gonna be on TikTok.
3 weeks, nigga. As soon as we get done with this episode, I'm. Nah, I don't get into the TikTok.
He's like, nigga, I got it queued up right now.
Nigga, as soon as I hit that left foot, hit him with that elbows in the sky. Ain't ready for my TikTok video. I'm big, so mine's like a thump. Not much of a slide. It's like a drag. It's a Tootsie drag.
The Tootsie drag.
Yeah, you hear a lot of carpet in my Tootsie Slide. It's
a lot of friction.
Whole lot of friction.
It sounds hot when you moving. I
may have sparked something. You know what I'm saying? Like fire hazards. Tootsie Slide fire hazard. that's my special one.
I mean, on a business side, or if what you're saying, which I definitely could see being the case, then yeah, that is genius. But if you legitimately put this out like, yo, I'm gonna try something new and this is the bag I'm in now, kill yourself because it's garbage.
Nah, it was thoroughly meant to create the conversation. It was meant to create.
He got a nice house. I give him that.
Oh yeah, I saw that when he did Rap Radar.
Yeah, he got a nice house.
That house is beautiful, and he's earned it. I get it. I get exactly where you got that bread from. Absolutely. But now he knew what he was doing. I mean, but Drake has been a meme rapper. Now I know I fucked that word up. Drake has been a meme rapper for a long time.
True.
At least after Thank Me Later, he's been a meme rapper. Like even with YOLO, he knew what was about to come from YOLO. I think he has a verse in 0 to 100, and everybody started saying 0 to 100 again. He says, "Damn nigga, what's one more quote for us?" Like he knows
you're right.
what he's doing.
You are right about that,
and that's why he's genius. If the conversation continues on, like to me, 0 to 100 was I didn't like it. I didn't like 0 to 100 until the beat changed, but he knew what he was doing. Because when 0 to 100 come on, because you are quote a nigga that goes 0 to 100, you 0 to 100 nigga real quick. You know what I'm saying? You excited for that shit when it comes on.
Right.
So you're gonna slap it. You're gonna give him his stream.
You
the
know,
man has figured out. He's figured out the air. He's figured out the air and he's mastered it. He's the best at it.
I guess this goes back to a conversation we had on the show before, as far as integrity. Because even if I knew that I could kind of create that, I have too much integrity to put something out there that I know is going to be bullshit in order to look for a quote or to look for talk about. You get what I'm saying? Especially if I'm trying, if I'm a brand new rapper, then maybe. But if I'm established like a Drake, I got too much integrity to do some shit like that.
And that's where our side of the millennial tree differs from the other side of the millennial tree and then Gen Z. We come from the side that when we saw black actors in dresses, it was like, dog, like why y'all really out here cooning and blackfacing for these dudes? You let them that you put in the dress and all this other shit. We just saw a whole Lil Yachty video with him dressed as Oprah. His choice, his decision.
Wait, well, first of all, we didn't see nothing. I ain't watched that shit.
you know, I got to stay in tune, brother. I watch everything. But yeah, a whole Lil Yachty video with him dressed as Oprah. They don't give. There is no integrity there. Like there, I don't think it's an integrity thing for them. I think it's trying to overly display that they don't give a fuck, which is fine. But at some point, when does shock value become oversaturated? When is everyone trying their hardest to be shocking, to be buzzworthy and all this other shit? Like at some point it becomes an oversaturated, you know what I'm saying, mission, to the point this shit ain't even shocking no more. Social media has already desensitized us to murder.
Very true.
So at some point it's no longer shocking. Now it's Tuesday. You know what I'm saying?
You're right about that. It ain't gonna change until people stop being shocked by the shock value stuff. You know,
there will always be somebody that's shocked. Absolutely.
Exactly. So therefore, people are going to be able to do dumb shit like wear a dress.
But it's cats trying to build their market off of shock value. Like, actually, prime example, we just mentioned the nigga's name. Have you seen Shiggy since In My Feelings?
I think I seen him. He was on like one episode of Wildin' Out, and other than that, he been trying to catch another hit.
You want to know why? Everyone is doing what he does. The invention of TikTok has officially made Shiggy one of the pack, because now everyone can do a dance challenge.
Very true.
We don't know where any of these dance challenges originate.
Like a fucking cheer routine, but yeah, you're right.
We don't know where any of these challenges originated from. They're just here. They're active and they're going. After a while, everything plays out. So if you're building your career behind this one element, you're going to eventually miss out. You're going to eventually lose out because everybody doing the shit.
What could Shiggy even do right now? Like,
well, apparently he's a comedian. He's a comedian, and then he tried being a rapper.
I mean, he's funny looking, that's for sure.
That's up there.
Have you heard him do any type of like jokes or anything?
No.
No, as in you haven't heard him. No, as in he ain't got it.
I haven't heard him. Now that's something I'm not going on my way to try to find.
Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me you would listen to fucking this little boat fella wear and watch him wear a dress, but you won't listen to a Shiggy joke?
Because here's the difference. I have to look up Shiggy comedian, whatever.
You gotta look up a little boat in a dress.
Nigga, that was like one of the first things on my timeline when it happened. I'm already looking at shit because getting stuff ready for this show. It's right there. because even before that dropped, they dropped a TikTok. Again, TikTok. And it was Drake, the Baby, and who else? And then Lil Yachty, because those two were also on the song. And they were dancing to it, and the whole TikTok, Yachty was in the dress.
Yeah. I'm convinced. You know how when we was kids, they used to say, "Hey, they make him wear a dress because Hollywood be doing some gay shit and so on and so forth." Yes, I do believe that, but I also believe that some of these niggas is gay, man, and that's fine. That's fine if you are. If that's your thing, that's fine. But I look at you a little sideways if you being closeted about it. Like, just come out and say the shit. Don't masquerade like you straight or whatever, but secretly you like to wear women's underwear. If you like to wear women's underwear, just say you like to wear women's fucking underwear. Like, I don't know. I think a lot of these dudes are secretly a little on the gay side, dog.
Well, that's what I'm saying when it comes down to the actual generation. Like, it's no longer that. It's just, this is what they like to do. This is how they get down.
I've never, what's funny to me with that whole thing is I see like so if somebody puts up a video or something like that. First of all, I see a lot of videos of dudes trying to be funny but dressing up like women. I don't understand that. But I'll see those same videos. So they're just being comfortable in their sexuality, their masculinity. I've never had to dress up like a woman to feel masculine. Where does that shit work?
You know what? That exact point that you just made. A lot of these cats been dressing up like women to be funny. Like, we went through some years of the dudes in the lipsticks and the wigs and everything like that. Think about it. Even that has slowed down and damn near come to a stop.
What, like them putting on wigs on TV?
Yeah, not on TV. That's gonna always be the case. But with cats doing these videos of them dressed like women to get viral and everything like that, even that slowed down because eventually people started saying,
man, I've been seeing that a lot.
I don't know which timeline look like. You asking me questions about seeing Yachty, but personally, I haven't seen it.
It's usually from people like retweeting them, like, "Yo, look at." They're saying a lot of the same things I'm saying. I will say I haven't seen a lot of black men do it as it did before.
Oh, that's all I care about.
usually when I see it, it's either a white boy or a lot of Hispanics, but I haven't seen many black men do it anymore.
Well, I think that's the main thing, is that it's to the point where, again, I don't think it's them being closeted. I think it's them trying to take advantage of a trend that was big, and at one point in time, acting ratchet with a wig and all that. That was just the way. That was the wave. That if you wanted to share, you had to do that. Well, I'm saying you had to do that, but that was their quickest way of doing it. Not saying I would have done it. Not saying anybody else.
Making the scene, like, you had to do it.
At one point, it just kind of seemed like that's how cats was floating, and that's what I'm saying, man. Is at some point in time, all of that shit stops because everyone starts doing it. So now, once this market is oversaturated, then what's the next one? Like, think about it. I just
they start wearing lingerie like women and being nude, half naked like women.
That's
watch that be the next thing.
I doubt it. I doubt it because of monetization is getting so crazy now that they'll end up blocking certain shit. Now, you'll probably see more cats getting caught that are closeted, that are getting caught in lingerie, stuff like that. But as far as cats going out of their way to do it, I don't see that being the case.
I think you will, as long as we got to sit in the freaking house. I think we're going to start seeing these niggas do a lot of weird off-brand shit.
Oh, that's always going to be the case. As long as social media things going to always be weird and off-brand.
Yeah.
Well, what was it? Oh yeah, I just posted this on my Facebook. Ed Lover kind of was like the pioneer of all this shit. If you think about it, Come On Son was way ahead of his time.
Yeah. If you think about it, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Come On Son was way ahead of his time, and then it became such commonplace. There was no longer a need for Come On Son.
You're absolutely right.
Another good one. That was the range of the skits and the real talk. That's also comedy segments. Spoken Reasons. Where's Spoken Reasons at now?
I have
got
heard
one.
that.
We got
Wow.
one major movie appearance for Spoken Reasons, and then done.
I have heard that. Wow, you're right.
All the, like
Damn.
once it's a saturated market, you are no longer a celebrity because everyone could do, because we have this, we have these cameras, we have these mics. Everyone has accessibility to do something that could potentially send them viral. Once everyone is doing it, you're no longer special. What makes you special? You can't bring yourself into something that everyone is doing. Podcasting is a situation where it's subjective. You enjoy what this person is saying, like, or you enjoy disagreeing with what this person is saying. Mm-hmm. That's why podcasts will always continue to grow, always still be a major medium, especially in times where television is dying. That's going to always be the case. But these videos, why do I have to laugh at you getting kicked in the nuts when there are 6 other dudes getting kicked in the nuts? And that shit's funnier because their reaction it doesn't seem forced. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're no longer special. But when you were the only nigga getting kicked in the nuts, hilarious. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's got to be tough to follow up too. Like I said before, I would hate to be, famous or viral, whatever the case is, and trying to follow that up, because I have to believe that somebody goes viral, they're gonna want to go viral again.
Oh,
having to follow that up, having to follow that up is too much. Like, just don't just leave my shit alone. Don't retweet me. Don't like my shit. Just leave it alone.
Let my friends laugh at my shit.
Yeah, they know I'm funny. That's all I need.
But nah, dog. That's why I think Drake is brilliant. He's calculated. He knows to catch what openings and drop something that he knows is gonna live.
How I can feel, even though I mean that could be the case. I definitely see that being the case. I'm just personally like, man, fuck this video. But how he can sway my opinion is if he dropped this album and it's nothing but straight fire.
And that's where you fucked up, because he got me that same way. I told you, he's just like the same line he says, waiting on my dad to come and get me. He ain't show up. Drake ain't showed up for me in years. Because this is, I'm telling you, this is what he does. Once you recognize it, I'm not saying you have to stop supporting. I'm not saying anything. Once you recognize it, you can't unsee it. He gives you the viral record. He gives you the YOLO. He gives you the Tootsie Slide. He gives you 0 to 100. He gives you the viral records. Then he drops a record where he's giving you gas, bars. And you're like, ooh, okay. Okay, so Drake is in his bag. And then he drops the album.
Damn.
The viral record ain't on there. The gas ain't on there. It's just some Drake shit.
It's a whole bunch of Reggie.
He's right. It's super Reggie with hella seeds and stems.
Yikes.
You can't tell me views from the 6-1 seeds and stems, bro.
Oh, well, I didn't listen to that album.
Don't.
Actually, the last few Drake projects I haven't listened to. So, yeah.
I know Corey probably listening like, y'all motherfuckers.
Listen, Corey, man, I don't know why you like this light-skinned nigga so much. Don't get me wrong, he come out there and he can give you hits every now and again, but come on, man, you too dark to like this light-skinned.
To each his own, man. Like I said, I get it. He does exactly what he needs to do, and he's gonna always float. Respect to the man. He figured it out. But that's where his Tootsie Slide came from. He's gonna catch that window, and this is the perfect window. The same conversation
was dancing in a fucking ski mask, dog.
That's because what's going on? Everyone's in mask. Everyone's practicing social distancing. So of course you're gonna see this video. You're gonna see
How
Drake.
Do you practice social distancing in the fucking mansion?
It's Drake. It's Drake, bro. That should be the title of the episode. It's Drake, bro. No matter what your questions are, it's Drake, bro.
Shit.
So go ahead. Get your back right.
I can't do nothing about it.
Get your back right and get your Tootsie Slide video. I'll edit it for you. I got you, G.
No, I'm not Tootsie Sliding the goddamn thing. No, that's not happening. No.
All right. Yeah, you got it. solid news. The 2020 headliners for the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame class: Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, solid, and they all deserve it.
All deserve it. All deserve it. First of all, let's start off with your favorite. How you feel about KG going to the Hall of Fame?
Oh, absolutely. He definitely should be there. I mean, it's funny because I fell in love with Kevin Garnett. It was a series of games that I watched him over, of course, but one of them I can really remember, man, is I watched this guy play every position on the court at the time. And this was during that time when you wasn't getting a lot of those hybrid players that you wasn't getting those 6-7 point guards.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your point guard was roughly around my height, maybe a little shorter, maybe a little taller. So to watch this man play literally every position, the point guard, shooting guard, he played every position and ran it correctly and scored off of every one. I fell in love with that. And then to his heart and his passion for the game, it matched mine. So I was like, yo, that's my
and anger. And anger.
Yeah. I'm not angry, man. I be doing this whole Zen life thing. I was telling my mother that today. I was like, man, I be trying this Zen life thing, and then people be trying me, man. I ain't angry.
You know what you said about your mother? Why would you call me?
I did say that shit, didn't I? I hella said that shit.
He said, you right.
Hey,
right. That was
man, quit. That was a long time ago. Quit bringing up old stuff.
Oh, okay. Got you. You got it. Anyway, continue, KG.
But no, man, I just love watching this guy play. So I already knew that when he was retired, he was definitely gonna be there. He was, that's no question. I loved it.
I agree that he deserves it. I agree that he is literally one of the greatest to step on the court. Hall of Fame player. Absolutely. I did not like the nigga until
really
retired, man.
I'm
a Lakers fan.
No,
he's beat my Lakers for one of his chips.
Well, he did do that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And it's funny because when he left to go to Boston, he wanted to go to LA.
Mm-hmm. He wanted to go home.
He wanted to go there. Yeah. So yeah. I can understand that, but Kevin Garnett's my guy, man.
No, and I want to say I'm just bullshitting, but I'm being very real. I did not like his entire big career. But as far as calling this, because trust me, and the other nigga we gonna mention, you already know. But more than deserving. KG was always an underrated player, and I appreciate Hidden Gems for showcasing that time when they won the chip, showing how much of a fucking goon he was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was a problem. He was a pest, and then he'll finish up by dunking on your ass and just scoring, doing some crazy turnaround jumpers and shit.
I told you, man, at 5:30 this morning, man, I was hyped watching this game like it was on, man. So yeah.
And then of course that anything is possible, which is like a corny line, but you felt it.
Yeah, you felt it.
You felt that shit, like you feel like, damn, you're right. Anything is possible. But
he might be on something.
He might figure it out. He might got his Drake on. But yeah, definitely shout out to KG, man. Kevin Garnett more than deserving. Tim Duncan, how's you feeling on the big fundamentals?
Man, growing up, I never liked the Spurs. I thought they were fucking boring. I thought Tim Duncan was boring. He wasn't a player that I didn't like, but I didn't care for him. But as I got older and I really watched, man, I learned so much from watching him play and just how he is, man. He definitely deserves it. There's no question. I mean, it's the people argue and say, well, it should. Not many people, but people do argue and say that, he's the best power forward to play the game, man. Me personally, I'm biased, so I'm gonna say Kevin Garnett, but Tim Duncan, man, he's a Hall of Famer, no question. No fucking question.
Definitely, I'll get the good shit out the way first. Definitely a Hall of Famer. It's hard to not call him a boring player because
he's hella boring. He's
I
a
mean,
fucking swimmer.
no, but hear me out. It's hard to not call him a boring player when your nickname's the Big Fundamentals. He's such a fundamental basketball player. He's such a tutorial video. Like if you want to watch, the basics of basketball, you put on a Tim Duncan video. Mm-hmm. But on the flip side of the coin, I think that's what makes him a first ballot Hall of Famer. He took the simplicity of basketball, added, you know what I'm saying, I can't say aggression. I don't think I've ever seen a nigga get mad.
I seen him get mad one time.
I must have missed that game.
One time, and it was like he got mad at the ref, and it was like during that time. But after that, it seemed like a light switch. He was mad.
He got mad at the ref. He wasn't about to get mad at nobody. He won't get mad at Nate Robinson, kicking him in his kneecaps.
Nah. It was like he got mad, and you really seen him show emotion. Like a light switch just went off, and he went back to regular.
But yeah, I think because of that talent, because he took the basic fundamental skill of basketball, and a lot of his play reminds me of Dirk. A lot of it just a Europe, like Dirk just felt like a European Tim Duncan to me, with a little more athleticism. I'd say a lot more athleticism actually than Tim Duncan. But I think that when you have that fundamental style of play, and it's gotten you all the championships, all the All-Stars, all the accolades you received. And you went from being the understudy under David Robinson as the Twin Towers to being the lifeblood and the heart of the Spurs from start to finish.
Yeah. And ironically, a hot take, I would not be surprised. If Tim Duncan ends up being the head coach over the Spurs when Popovich retires.
Absolutely. And you see they're already grooming him for it. He's been coaching a few games.
Yep, I would not be surprised, man. So,
and that's another thing, too. Because of his calm demeanor, but he's also an asshole, which I'm going to get to, he knows how to handle the media. Mm-hmm. I remember the first game that he coached for him, they asked him some kind of question, and he was like, all right, so are we here to talk about rumors or are we here to talk about facts? I'm like, bro, that's Pop. That's Pop.
Yeah.
That's Greg Popovich all the way. He's learning from the best. And I truly think Popovich is top two coach. It's top three coaches of all time.
I agree with that. I got to sit down and think about coaches, but yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
But outside of that, I've hated Tim Duncan for the longest. I want to say it was the 2001. When did they see the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals?
Was it 03?
I want to say it was 01. And maybe 01 and 03. Because we beat them.
No, because I know y'all saw in the Western Conference Finals, y'all ended up playing the Kings, I think two.
You're right.
It might have been two seasons in a row.
You're right. It was the Kings.
And then I watched the 04 one last night. Y'all ended up playing the T-Wolves in 04. So maybe 03, maybe.
It may have been 03. And Tim Duncan was fouling everybody. Mm-hmm. But because he has the face of an overgrown baby, every time they cut to him, he's like, what? What do you foul? What do you mean he's like a black Jewish nigga? It's just foul.
Right.
Foul?
That is the best example of Tim Duncan I think I've ever heard.
Dog, it used to piss me off so bad. And then he would get away with so much shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, dog, you can't. This man is 6'11". You gonna sit here and tell me that you didn't see that big ass arm swing and punch Kobe? You didn't see that shit? They used to piss me off watching those games, bro.
Yeah.
But again, you get away with it. You play this super by the book basketball, and it's made you a Hall of Famer. So
exactly,
it, man.
Yeah, it's nothing but respect.
And then, of course, Kobe.
Yeah.
What do you say about Kobe Bryant?
I think I've said this before, but growing up, I was never really like a crazy Kobe fan. And when I think about it, I think that was in part to the Laker fans, not necessarily Kobe. But of course, as I got older, I watched it and seen him play. And let me tell you something, man. Kobe is he's different.
Oh, yeah.
He's different. Don't get me wrong. We can have GOAT debates all day, man. But when it comes to that man, Kobe Bryant, he's different. Like the skill, the determination, the will, the fact that he is not gonna let you just beat him. You know what I mean? Like everything that, far as demeanor goes, I mean skill wise too, but far as demeanor goes in basketball, Kobe is the prototype of the type of demeanor you want to have.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And
absolutely,
it was no whether he passed as soon as he did or not, he was gonna get in this Hall of Fame. I think all three of them are gonna get in this year regardless. This is their first year being able to get in there. We're gonna get in regardless. So
as top heavy as these headliners are, you knew Kobe was going this year.
Oh, absolutely. You know what I mean? And rightfully so. It does suck.
I think who went with Jordan? Chuck? It wasn't a top heavy headline for his.
Maybe. I mean, but I mean, shit. Chuck ain't no slouch either, but that's neither here nor there. It is gonna suck, man, that we won't be able to see him accept his awards. We won't be able to hear his speech, that he won't be able to actually do those things. That really sucks. So 2020, fuck you. Like for real.
Absolutely.
But that's, yeah, that sucks, man. But you'd be a fool to say, or to even halfway think that either one of these guys don't deserve this spot right now. You know what I mean? So I'm happy for all of them. I'm especially happy for Kobe. You know what's the dope thing about Kobe? When you have kids eventually, and we get kids and they get older, and let's say we I don't know, we fucking around, we in the office somewhere, and we shooting the trash, and you Kobe. Eventually, they're gonna ask,
"Who's Kobe?
Who's Kobe, and what is that about, man?" Or see highlight videos or whatever case is, and to be able to sit down and tell them like, "Yo, this is that." Yes, you know, we're all still grieving the fact that this man's not here, but to be able to tell our kids and grandkids about the legend that is Kobe Bryant, that's going to be one of the dopest things I think we'll ever get.
Bro, I'm going to have a smile on my face the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I've been a Lakers fan for XYZ amount of time. We were my favorite player left. The only time I ever rooted against my team because I felt like it's Shaq. But then from then on, it was Kobe, do us right.
Yeah, I remember watching his last game, and I know my neighbors was mad because I was in there yelling like, "Kill these niggas, Kobe! Go out there!" Like, you would definitely thought I was a Laker fan. Definitely.
Oh yeah, I think everyone temporarily became a Laker fan because they wanted Kobe to give you that one last Kobe performance.
Probably, yeah, probably. And then even when I look at old highlights of him now, I'm like, yo, this nigga was a dog.
He was a dog. And actually, circling back to something that you said, he is the prototype of what hard work, dedication, and true grit when it comes down to basketball.
Yeah.
Take away his talent. Take away his talent. His determination to be the best.
Yeah.
If you can bottle that and sell that, nigga, you'd be a fucking billionaire.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You are fucking absolutely right. His willingness to go out there and kill shit on a daily basis in the court, or I mean on the court and off the court, is just amazing. Like it baffles me how that mind frame had to work in order for him to be able to do that. That's what I'm saying.
Not
like
human. And
like,
I think that's one thing that like bothers me with him not being able to, like you said, go up there and make his speech. I think that especially where Kobe has been mentally leading up to this year, I think we would have gotten true emotion that wasn't just tailored to basketball from Kobe. We would have seen what Kobe felt when he wrote Dear Basketball.
Yeah, by far, that's one of my favorite type of, I don't know if you would classify it as a poem, short story, I don't know, but however you would classify it, that is like my favorite because
What does the Oscar say that that he won?
Yeah,
For?
I think they said
It's considered a
call it
short film.
film. Yeah, that shit spoke to me. Like I remember actually reading it and having chills. Like that shit spoke to me. And one of the dopest things about Kobe with through all of this, man, is that he truly showed you what it means to be in love with what you do. Because you don't do that if you're not in love with it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It just doesn't happen. So man, it was an amazing. And again, even though he's not here to physically see the end of that journey, I think he knows, and I'm glad to where it ends up. Like when it's all said and done, my nigga, you are an Oscar winner and you're a Hall of Famer. Like
Absolutely,
you won.
You won. What does Kobe do best? You know what I'm saying?
You won. You know
you won. You walked out with something that a lot of cats can only say they've dreamed about, and that's in every aspect of your life.
Right.
And like, when we talk about determination, we talk about literally never say die. I'm going to do this until I absolutely can't anymore. I think back to him taking those 2 free throw shots with a torn Achilles.
That was the hardest shit to me that I think I've ever seen sports-wise.
And I said the same thing, but it wasn't – I knew that he was in pain, but that's not what fucked me up. What fucked me up was the look on his face when he was taking that last shot, because I think he even knew.
Yeah, you can see the tears in his eyes. Yeah,
he knew, like, this is it. This is it for Kobe Bryant. And then that next year was his last year.
I know you may have dabbled in sports, but may have not necessarily played on a super competitive level like that. When you do get a chance to play at that level, yes, if you're doing it right, you do fall in love with it. But when you know something is all right, this is going to be the end. Like it hurts. Like when he took those last 2 free throws, like you said, you can clearly see that he knew that was going to be it. When I had my first back surgery and like I'm still in the hospital and I'm recovering, like by myself, like I had a little moment where I took it because I knew, I was like, yeah, I'll probably still be able to go out there and have fun, but I knew that what once was no longer there. Mm-hmm. And it hurts, especially when you've worked so hard to at least get to that point. You know what I mean? Like yeah. I honestly believe if Kobe never tore his Achilles, he probably would have played a couple more seasons.
I believe so.
Maybe not high minutes, but he would have played.
Oh no, he would have still been. It's Kobe.
You
don't coach me. I coach you. You know what I'm saying?
You're very.
He would have still got the exact same amount of minutes that he was getting. I think he would have started to LeBron a little bit. I think he would have sat out or just not shown up for games. Yeah. But when he was there, minutes. I'm Kobe.
Yeah. When he was there, it's like, all right, who got that nigga?
Right, exactly. But no, I agree, man. And just that day, I remember watching that game after he tore it again, and he walked out on his own accord, walked to the free throw line, shot that first one net, and then when he caught the ball, he just paused and then looked up, and like you said, you saw that tear.
Yeah,
and I was heartbroken. I'm like, he knows that.
You knew
that Kobe Bryant is gone, and if he can't be that Kobe Bryant anymore, it's not like he was having the best games leading up then,
right?
But he knew right then and there, like, that's both of my tires now.
Yeah,
both of my wheels are fucked up.
When you're accustomed to playing at a certain kind of level and you can't get to that level on your own accord, it's just one of those things where I believe you started to say, like, I'd rather just not do it. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Like, I can heal from this Achilles and be cool, but I probably won't be the Black Mamba that people know of. So I'd rather not, you know what I mean? I'd rather pass the torch to my daughters or to these younger players and just do it that way, because the Black Mamba on the court may not be there, but all you motherfuckers know the Black Mamba's still here.
Y'all know exactly who the Mamba is.
Exactly. So
let me ask you a question before we close. Well, first of all, just in closing with that, 3 solid picks for the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm curious to when they're going to do it.
Yeah, I'm interested in that too. I wouldn't be surprised if they did some like weird remote shit.
And that's what I don't want them to do. That I need the highlight packages.
Yeah,
because now we're watching people go in the Hall of Fame that we actually grew up.
Exactly.
We watched them come in the league and we watched them exit the league.
Exactly.
As much as I love Shaq, I didn't become a Laker fan until they beat the 76ers and we went to the Laker parade in 01. Right. I didn't see Shaq come in the league. I want to. We're in that era now that we're seeing the cast that we saw start and finish, and I want to relive everything through those packages.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right. I agree with you tenfold.
So that was going to be the exact point I was going to make, man. I need them to hold out on doing the actual ceremony until all this bullshit passed. And even if they know that, you know, it's not going to be able to be the huge crowd support and everything like that, have it be specifically the players.
Yeah, you can definitely
have it be the living Hall of Fame class members like the NFL does.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. There's other ways around it.
Absolutely.
They just got to be willing to be like, hey, we might not make as much money as we normally would or any with this. You know what I mean? Yeah, it comes to a point where it got to be love for the game.
Yeah, it can't be about money with this one. It has to be just for love. And Kobe needs a proper send off. He does not deserve a stream. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
He doesn't deserve a Zoom. You know what I'm saying? In this Hall of Fame induction. This is Kobe fucking Bryant.
Right. I agree.
Before we close out, let me ask you a question. Since we're talking just determination and just true grit when it comes down to the game, you think Vince Carter going to come back, especially with this season canceled?
No, he said he was done.
Really? I missed that.
Yeah, he said whether the season came back or not, he was done.
Wow, wow. I missed that.
But I mean, at the beginning of the season, though, but well before we knew all this, you kind of, I don't know if he said it for sure, but you kind of knew this was going to be it for him.
I know in the beginning.
He is one person, though, that I really wish, even though it's not going to happen, I really wish he would have somehow got a ring.
Yeah, at least one.
He's just a cool guy, man.
I could tell that he was more so being nudged because he was starting to get like dedications in different arenas and shit like that. Anytime he went back to Toronto, it was always a video package for him. But I completely missed that because the last thing I remember is a conversation with him and T-Mac. Mm-hmm. And T-Mac was like, bro, when you gonna wrap up? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I remember that. He did say that, but no, I want to say maybe a month and a half before like this whole virus shit or what, you know, that shit. He had said this was gonna be his last one.
That's wild. He was the last left of that class, of that 96 class.
Yep, very last one. Yep.
That's wild, bro. We
old. It just shows we getting old, dog. We getting old, man.
He's the last one left of that 96 class. That's crazy. Yeah. That's the only reason I brought it up because I was like, wait. There's a few niggas in the 96 class.
Yeah, he's the last one.
Everybody
else retired.
You think so? More likely. Better question. I guess now that I know that it's raps for him, do you think he's going to be first ballot?
He should be.
As soon as he becomes eligible?
Yep, he should be.
I'd agree.
He should be. I mean, granted, he didn't win a ring, but I don't think people realize, like, having him on your team, especially in his prime, was like a big, huge advantage.
Oh, yeah. Even though he played for every fucking team, he still was a difference maker, no matter what the team was.
Exactly, especially when he was with that Nets run before he got injured. Like, they was damn near predicted to win the finals. So
shit,
I think he is.
When he was with Dallas, it was looking like they were making a cool little run.
Yeah, I felt bad for him then because I can't remember if he got there the year after or if he was there the year before, but it was like
it was after.
It was after, yeah. It was like they won, then they got Vince. I'm like, damn, man, you just about a year too late.
Right.
You know what I mean? But no, he definitely should be it. First eligibility, he definitely should be there.
Yeah, man. Well, that's the Zoom noise.
Zoom.
We say Zoom noise exactly that. You just say just Zoom. All right. This quarantine got me going crazy. Kev, let people know where they can find you, bro.
Hollywood Kev _ on my. I'm gonna just give you my Instagram. I'm kind of chilling off Twitter, so yeah.
At Big Los IG on IG, Big Los 89 on Snapchat. at the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And of course, find everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. Make sure you fuck with us this Friday. Turn my mic up. We'll be back. And we'll be doing a tier list for the freshman covers. Please argue with us. I wish y'all would try to tell us something different for how we about to rank these joints. You know who was trash, and you come on now. When the last time,
right.
When the last time you got a Young Dro project, Do you still look out for Ace Hood? I don't think you do. So yeah, we're gonna talk about this.
He's still sleeping that Bugatti.
Oh yeah, he good. He's taking a solid nap, so he's fine. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate the support, and as always, Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.